Speedrun Survivor! The casting crew is here! Let's go! Round of applause for the amazing people that have made this production possible! Woo! Bongos in chat! That's how we clap on Twitch, right? We bongo now?
I guess so.
All the
Any bongos?
Tap. You can tap.
Welcome in, everyone, to the Speedrun Survivor Roundtable. It's actually not a roundtable. It is a quadrilateral, as you can see here.
Okay, you know,
12 of us is a dodecahedron table.
Oh wow, that's even fancier.
Isn't that 20?
That's 12.
That's 12, I think. Well, anyway, it's great to have all of you here. I miss all of you so much, and shout out to V and Angel who can't be here. I miss all of you guys so much. It has been, oh my god, it's been like almost exactly 2 months actually.
Yeah.
So
It's been too long.
That's crazy.
That's insane. How?
This felt like so
Yeah.
much longer.
It also feels like yesterday. Like,
yeah.
what the heck?
It feels like I've been in editing forever.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
We don't have enough time for that.
Okay.
You sounded so concerned, Pulse.
Well, before we jump into our questions, we have, of course, an amazing group with us. On the top row, we got this kind of almost Brady Bunch style. We don't have the green screens with like the blue screen behind us, but you get the sort of grid format. We have the coaches, Pulse Effects, Etiquette, what the frick? Corvin May, and Emma, apparently. We have the players minus V. V, we miss you. Toga Conroy, Party Arlene, and Brian D. Woo!
Does this mean I'm coaching you now, Josh?
Yes.
Oh my god, yeah, that's actually how that works out.
That seems unfair. I'm just gonna say right now.
I think I have a pretty good
wow.
shot.
I think so too.
The Ketchup King, by the way.
Okay, but it'd
Brian
be really
Dean.
funny if you didn't win.
And the amazing people who kept this production going, along with some other people who are not here. Shout out to Josh K and Dan and Angel as well, and David, who had so much to do with this project, and without them, this literally would not be possible at all. We have Galactic Elliot, Hugh Moran, Nick V, and Sab Irene. Woo! Let's go, crew! Woo!
Let's go!
Let's go.
And
Speedrun
special
Survivor!
shout out to Princess Kira, who we just brought on as another editor who was not there in person, but is going to be doing so much going forward for the project as well. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart to all of you for sort of taking a leap of faith on this crazy idea that I had. And now it's here, now it's happening, and that's kind of insane. So I would like to start out with a nice little icebreaker. What is your favorite Pokemon game? Pulse, you get to start.
Easy. Pokemon Black and White 1. Sick story, amazing visuals. Can't go wrong with that.
Etiquette, what is your
I heard that,
favorite?
Grun.
What is your favorite Pokemon game?
Yeah, my favorite is probably unsurprisingly Pokemon Let's Go Eevee.
People
It's-
like that game?
It is
Yeah.
Oh my god.
100% because of the speedrunning side of things, but whatever, it's an amazing game.
May, what is your favorite Pokemon game?
My favorite is Pokemon Sapphire,
The OG. Wow.
the OG.
Emma, what is your favorite Pokemon game?
I probably have to say XY. XY is fantastic game. I love it.
We have a good diversity of games so far. That is fantastic. Emil, what is your favorite Pokemon game?
Probably either Black and White or Platinum.
Pulse definitely said everything you could say. I was gonna say about Black and White. The Platinum I really like because it just improves upon Diamond and Pearl's gameplay so much. Makes Cyrus a really interesting villain. Does everything Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl didn't bother to do.
Gross.
He's right.
Damn.
He's right.
No lies there.
Arlie, what is your favorite Pokemon game?
My favorite Pokemon game is Pokemon Emerald. It was the first Pokemon game I ever played. I love Gen 3 so much, and that game just like made me make it brought me like a lot of friends, and it got me to check out like Pokemon videos and whatnot on YouTube. And it's just really special to me.
That's great. I remember you said that you watched Chugga and his Emerald Let's Play on YouTube, so that ties in. That's so cool.
I sure did.
My favorite is Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, which is part of the reason why we made that this project based off of that game. They're just so fun. I've had so many good memories with Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, speedrunning, Nuzlocke, randomizers. There's just so much that you could do with them, and I just have a lot of good memories with those games.
4th gen gamer, by the way.
Yes, it's recently taken over. The 4th gen games is my favorite. Horace is lovely. By the way, chat, feel free to also give your answers. We all have our eyes on chat, so make sure you're giving your own answers here. Brian D, what is your favorite Pokemon game?
So, if you asked me 2 months ago, I would have definitively said Heart Gold, Soul Silver. But now it's kind of a tie between Heart Gold and Soul Silver and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Speedrunning it gave me a whole different kind of appreciation for the game. So, it was already one of my favorites, but it made me love the game just so much more.
You're beautiful.
That's lovely. I kind of messed up the snake format, but Sab, we'll go to you. What is your favorite Pokemon game?
Probably Platinum. I'm a huge Gen 4 kid. Like, Gen 3 was my first, but there's just something special about everything Platinum has to offer, like Emil said, improving on Diamond and Pearl. Gen 5 is pretty close, though. I hated it when I first played it, but it quickly grew to one of my favorites after watching Emil work on it.
Everyone hates like every new Pokemon game, no matter how good it is. Like I've said, every Pokemon game will eventually be the last good one because people suddenly love everything like 4 years later.
Yep.
Nick, what is your favorite Pokemon game?
I'm gonna do the basic answer and say Heart Gold, because I was 12 when Heart Gold came out, and that's like prime age to love Pokemon. So yeah.
Hugh Moran, you don't play too much Pokemon, at least these days. What is your favorite Pokemon game?
What is Pokemon?
We're not playing Jeopardy.
You're Speedrun Survivor director, everyone.
Is it like a new game? Did it just come out?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
oh wait. Is it based on that
It's like a
TV show?
ripoff of Digimon.
Oh,
like Digimon
I
that are
love
rip-off.
Digimon. Yeah, Digimon Heart Gold is my favorite.
What's your favorite Pokemon game?
I don't know, Emerald. I don't know.
There you go.
Great answer.
Elliot, what is your favorite Pokemon game?
I'm very disappointed. Nobody said anything about Gen 2. Everybody hates Gen 2. Pokemon Cross is my favorite. So
I do hate Gen 2.
That's my second favorite.
Everybody hates Gen 2.
I love Gen 2.
I said a Gen 2 remake.
Yeah, that's Gen 4.
I love Crystal. Elliot.
Yes, thank
I love
you.
Crystal.
Thank you. I'm like the only one that likes Gen 2 apparently these days.
Yeah.
I'm a boomer.
All right, we're gonna wrap back around, and we have another nice icebreaker question, a classic. What is your favorite dessert or sweet? Pastry, anything like that? Elliot, what would yours be? I see everyone pondering all of a sudden. It's so funny to see everyone's reaction.
I have to go first
This
for
isn't a video game question.
Put me last.
I may put on the spot. I'm not like a crazy big dessert person. But I'm gonna say something kind of random. I like pumpkin pie a lot. I don't know. Pumpkin pie is just really good. I think it's underrated. I'm probably gonna be the only person to say crystal and pumpkin pie, but you know, hey, we're here.
Hell of a combination. Hugh, what is your favorite dessert? Don't tell me what's dessert. I swear, like.
What's a dessert? Dude, you can't eat desserts to look like this, you know?
Oh my gosh.
I actually probably a strawberry shortcake.
Nice. Nick, favorite dessert?
You, Josh, you're my favorite treat.
That is.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Wow, I guess we pair really nicely, Nick, because you're the main course.
Ooh.
Baby.
Should we all leave or like?
I feel
I'll just toggle off all your cams slowly here. Oh wait, I toggled off Nick's. Oh god. Okay, it's fine. Never mind.
I've been betrayed.
Bye.
It's been a pleasure, guys.
Oh my
All right,
god.
that's your answer. Sab, what's your favorite dessert?
I'm gonna cheat because I have two. Chocolate lava cakes are one of my favorite things ever. But I also make a cinnamon toast crunch cake, which I love to death. It uses like the cereal and everything. A few people on call have actually had it, and it's really good.
It is.
Yes.
Brian, favorite dessert?
I gotta go with the most basic of basic answers.
If you don't say me, Brian, I'm gonna beat you.
The answer is Shimaran.
Oh!
Thank you.
Thought that I
Love you, bro.
I love you too.
My favorite dessert is easily a damn good brownie. I love brownies so
Ooh,
much.
yeah.
Especially like a really fudgy, not cakey, really fudgy, unctuous brownie. Like, hell yeah. Like, so good. Arlie, what is your favorite dessert?
My favorite dessert is probably fried ice cream, but I feel like not many people have had that. I don't know.
Sounds
I
interesting.
I love it. It's so
It's good.
I'm down.
And I also
Good
like
choice.
cheesecake to make it maybe a little more simpler. I don't know.
Emil.
I'd say either cheesecake or chocolate chip cookies.
Good pick. I
Can't
just
go
want to
wrong.
say I have a just Pokemon music playing, and an Unwavering Heart just started playing, and we're all just talking about dessert, and it's really funny.
Rest in peace, my calorie counting.
Pulse. What's your favorite dessert?
My favorite dessert is cheesecake.
Ew.
Why did you say it like that?
Okay, but what kind of cheesecake?
I have to be emotional.
Is there a specific kind of cheesecake?
Yes, white chocolate raspberry from. I've had it at like Cheesecake Factories. Like,
Oh, that sounds so good.
Fire.
Etiquette. What is your favorite dessert?
Well, I was gonna say cheesecake, but after the way Pulse said that, I don't know if I can.
I don't know if you can eat cheesecake ever again after that.
No, I'm a very basic person. I like plain cheesecake, sugar cookies, vanilla ice cream, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
May, what is your favorite dessert?
My favorite dessert is key lime pie. And the best key lime pie that I've had is at Dandelion Chocolate in San Francisco. So if you're ever in San Francisco, you can go get it.
Okay. That sounds amazing. Emma,
It was so good.
what is your favorite dessert?
I don't know. I'm not really a dessert person. I don't eat too much sweet stuff. I'd rather go for like potato chips. Probably.
Have you ever had
respect that.
chocolate-covered potato chips?
Oh, those are so good.
I have not, no.
Also probably very American
But I
thing.
had churros pretty recently for the first time, and it was amazing.
Churros are great.
Cool. All right. Moving on to some more Speedrun Survivor-y related questions. This is going to be a hard one. If you had to summarize the weekend of Speedrun Survivor in one word, what would it be?
One?
I will
Can we get,
go
like, two
first.
or three?
Nope, one word. And no repeats. Yeah,
Can
that's
we
right.
explain our word?
Briefly, sure. Yeah. I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna take this one away from you all. This is my word. Chaos.
Yeah. No, shocker.
Arlie,
Yeah.
what would you say?
Fatigue.
Okay. You're not wrong.
I got
Emil.
no sleep.
Yeah.
Heat?
We're doing great so far, Paul.
Wonderful time.
Coffee.
It's a good answer.
Good
Actually,
answer.
genuinely a good answer.
That was May's answer too.
Etiquette.
Gaming.
Oh my god.
Yeah!
So all that we've deciphered so far is that we were just a bunch of like jacked up, caffeinated, sweaty gamers for like 4 days, which is not
Sweaty is accurate.
wrong. May, what is your
I'm
one
gonna-
word to describe
I'm gonna
Speedrun
steal
Survivor?
Hugh's answer and go with miraculous.
What? What the fuck? Oh, sorry. Am I allowed to curse?
Yes, you can curse.
Okay.
Emma, what would you say?
Torrent.
I'll be right back.
Torrent.
I love Emma.
Brian, what would you say?
I'm just gonna say insane.
That's a good word. Sab.
Non-stop.
Yes, I agree. Nick, you got back just in time.
Sorry. Impromptu.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that.
Yes. Hugh,
Grind.
what'd you say?
Grind.
Grind.
True.
Yes.
Grind.
I thought you said Brian.
Yeah, I heard Brian as well. I was like, Brian, that's interesting.
Well, if you want me to sum it up in one word, the whole weekend, etiquette.
What the frick?
That's 3 words.
Yeah, that's too
Could have
much.
just said frick. Oh well.
Yeah.
Elliot.
Elliot.
Sprint. Because I was running around everywhere that weekend. It was a lot.
He was everywhere.
Yo, I don't have this on my list, but if I like give us like a crappy Discord delay countdown, can we all give like a what the frick? You could do it as quiet or loud or crazy as you want, just whatever your interpretation is.
Wait, can you give me 1 second?
Yeah.
Are you grabbing a water bottle?
All I have within reach is a glass. I don't know if this is smart.
I have a big.
I probably wouldn't. You know, I'll try and share my screen. I think my computer could take this. That if you guys do want to watch.
Oh, I have an actual water bottle. I'm not spiking that. I've got an empty Dunks cup.
I just finished a water bottle for this very moment right now.
All right, I shared my screen if anyone wants to watch.
I'm ready.
Oh my god, this is so much better.
Stay hydrated, by the way.
I'm just this glass. Is that okay?
All right, Hugh, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, you guys ready?
Fall guy that I have here.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
What the fuck? Oh crap!
Oh no, Hugh. Come on, Chad, join us. Give us your what the frick.
What the frick?
What happened? What happened to Hugh?
You like.
Oh my god, what happened?
No chair was hurt in the making of this film. Oh no.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, that was great. Before we go to the next question, I would like to say that this roundtable is brought to you by my VOD channel, which is where this will be uploaded. Please go subscribe to my VOD channel. If we get to 1,000 subs, then I can get monetized. So please subscribe so you can watch this roundtable after the fact. Thank you.
With advertisements.
Yeah.
Yes, true.
Support the channel.
So, another Speedrun Survivor question, which I guess at this point, most of these should be. Why should you watch Speedrun Survivor? Does anyone want to take this first to start out the snake?
I could say something.
Nick, you've been like editing this like crazy, so yes.
I just think speedrunning is still sort of in a niche place, and I don't think there's a lot of major projects. A lot of speedrunning events are starting to get built bigger and bigger and bigger, but this is, in my opinion, and one of the most highest production value, most money, time, energy spent in any type of non-live speedrunning content. I think it's probably by far the biggest non-live speedrunning content there is. So I think it's like a big step forward for speedrunning content creation.
Let's go. That's a great answer. No, you guys don't have to give as serious of an answer if you don't want to. Like if you want to say you can watch etiquette, spike a water bottle, that's good too.
I was kind of about to say something like that. Like the first episode has not even aired yet, and we still have like how many memes?
A lot.
Yes.
Apparently.
All right, I'll take that as your answer. May, what would you say?
Oh, because if you don't, I'll cry.
Good.
You don't want that.
Good reason.
I
You don't
like
want
that
that to
answer.
happen.
That's a good
Etiquette. Why should you watch Speedrun Survivor?
I'm kind of want
Doesn't
to
have
build
to
off.
answer. It's because he's in it.
Well, yeah, but no, I want to build off of Nick's answer because, like, I think if you're a speedrunner, you can get a lot out of it because you can kind of see like what are the barriers for other people getting into speedrunning, and if you're not a speedrunner, you can kind of see like the process of getting into it and how fun it can really be. So you like either side of it, you can really get something out of it.
Good answer. Pulse.
I'd say because there's an insane amount of like chaos, insane amount of like highs and lows, just absolutely beautiful direction. You need to see that. You need to be there for the whole story.
Emil, why should you watch Speedrun Survivor?
The fart sound effect. No kidding. So there can be a season 2.
Good answer.
It's a real answer right there.
Arlie, why should someone watch Speedrun Survivor?
I feel like my answer is like maybe a little similar to etiquette's, but I would say if you're somebody who has always like kind of been intimidated by Pokemon speedrunning and you felt like it's something you can never do, this is something to watch because that's how I've always felt. And if I can do it, literally anybody can do it.
Let's go get more people into speedrunning. That's like one of my main goals with this project. And I'll take a little different direction with my answer then. I think that you should watch Speedrun Survivor because it is just hella entertaining. It's like, you know how when you watch like Kitchen Nightmares or some other trashy reality show and you just watch it like one episode after another after another? It's like that type of entertainment and narrative format that I kind of aimed for and that's coming out to be. And it's a little more like The Office-esque than I originally envisioned, but I think that's really good because I love The Office. So I just think it's really entertaining and I think that you'll really like it. So yeah, Brian, why should someone watch Speedrun Survivor?
So building off some of the previous answers, I guess specifically Pulse's, the whole narrative, the entire storyline of it is just incredible. The highs, the lows, and the culmination at the end. It's a ride, and you really need to experience the whole ride. You don't want to get off mid-ride or at the beginning of the ride. You want to stay on the ride the whole time. And just as another side note, what Arlie was saying, it could be intimidating to get into speedrunning. I was like, I'm really interested in trying, and then I never actually took the jump until this. And now here I am. Last night I did a Pokemon Puzzle League speedrun. Like,
yeah.
Once you do one, it's going to snowball into other things. Try it. It's awesome. And definitely watch the show.
Sab, why should someone watch Speedrun Survivor?
I think kind of building on what a lot of people have said, speedrunning can feel like a hard thing to break into, and it might sometimes, to some people, feel like, you know, oh, I can't get into that kind of thing because, like, who's gonna help me? This show kind of helps show resources and people that you can reach out to in this community to get involved. Like, I had only done one speedrun before I was part of this production and I was just doing behind the scenes work, but it motivated me to finish learning a run, which I actually did my first one last night of a diamond category. And like, literally, what a fantastic group of people, and just to watch what they learn, what we all learn together. And it's so entertaining. Like, it's so fucking good. Like, so yeah, that's my answer. Please watch.
Nick, thank you for your answer earlier. I appreciate you. Hugh, why should someone watch Speedrun Survivor?
Because I worked on it. I only make bangers, so it's gonna be great. Don't worry.
Galactic Elliot, why should someone watch Speedrun Survivor?
I always like know my answer, and then I'm like the last one to answer, and then whenever I don't know it, I'm like the first one to answer it. Either way, I would definitely say this is the most unique and the most entertaining thing that you can really get out of speedrunning. It's a very original series that is very innovative whenever it comes to speedrunning, because speedrunning is very much beating the game as quickly as possible, but this takes all of these entertainment values on top of just playing the game as quickly as possible, and has new people learning it, and I think that's really cool. And you can already see what they've learned without even watching episode 1 so far. So watch episode 1, watch it, and figure out how they have enjoyed it so far and how they've gotten to where they are now. I think it's really cool.
Good answers. The moral of the story is that you all should watch Speedrun Survivor on my YouTube channel. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing.
Can I give a real answer? Because I didn't know we were all being super serious.
Yes.
Okay. It's a very good, like, chronicle of just the journey from the step one to actually doing the run. You don't really get to see people learning games that much, and the process that goes into that. So I think there's a lot of, like, mystery behind it. I know before I got into speedrunning, I was like, oh, this is like an insurmountable thing. And so I think it'll show that that is in fact not the case, and it's actually more approachable than you think it is.
That was really good. Can I do a real one then if everyone's gonna do a real one?
Okay, all right.
All right.
So,
well, honestly, the real reason
30
you should
seconds.
watch it. Okay, got it. The real reason you should watch it is because, well, Etiquette went from a quiet little boy that I met to being like the best hype man in New York. And that's all I'm gonna say. But like, I trained him well, and like at this point, I'd let him take my channel. Like, I love you, bro.
Let's go.
Love it to you.
Before we continue to the next question, I want to give a big thank you and shout out to the other person in this call, the new Pokemon Snap world record holder, IB999. Woo!
Let's go, IB!
Okay, that's me.
Hi, IB.
Hi.
Shout out to IB. Thank you so much. IB is updating the current questions and looking at the questions from you guys on Twitter. And yeah, tweet them in. We have a lot right now, so I don't know if we could fit in much more, but tweet them at #Speedrun Survivor. IB, you're a legend. Everyone should go follow IB.
Thank you.
If mods could like spam IB's link, that would be great. I love you, IB. All right.
I love all of you too.
Love you.
Aw.
So this question is we have 2 more questions from me, and then I think we move on to the Twitter submitted questions. Coaches, if you could describe your player in one word, what would it be?
This is so much less weird for me.
See, this is kind of just a little bit of a sneak peek at like some of the interview questions that we asked in the series. There are some spicy ones.
You can blame me for this question. I'm sorry.
Emma,
Good
you get
question.
to go first. How would you describe Brian in one word?
Ing.
What?
Oh,
Ing.
King.
It's true.
Ing.
You
I
know,
thought you said thing for a second. I'm like, whoa, mean.
Let's
Nay.
go.
How would
You
you
only get one
describe
word?
V? You
Oh.
get one
One
word.
word.
Oh, I didn't realize we only got one word. Gamer.
We have king and gamer. You know, I was not expecting nouns. I was expecting adjectives, but there's nothing wrong with
These
that.
are good words.
These are good words.
Gamer is an adjective and a noun. What do you mean?
True.
Sure.
gamer
You
is
know,
a lifestyle.
It really
Exactly.
is.
That's right.
Etiquette. How would you describe Arlie in one word?
Can we skip me?
Oh!
I don't-
Whoa!
wow. I was gonna say gamer and
Sir, get a new
Wow.
one.
Oh man.
Snipe.
I'm not skipping you, by the way.
Confirmed.
What? Okay.
You gave me a word on stream yesterday. You literally have a cop out.
This is so much harder, the fact that it's one word.
It's yeah. If it was like 3 words, it'd be easier. Well, the word I used on stream the other day was trusting, and you're supposed to put the word "to" in front of it for the record.
Too trusting.
All right, Pulse. How would you describe a meal in one word?
Risk taker.
Nice hyphen.
People who have seen the
Yeah.
first episode already understand.
Go watch it on Patreon right now, everyone. !Patreon. Players. Now it's your turn. How would you describe your coach in one word? Emil, you can start.
Maxi?
Yeah. Okay. Arlie, how would you describe etiquette in one word?
I would say patient. Very patient.
Aw,
Very patient.
that's great. I like that. I will answer on V's behalf and say Latias.
Yeah.
I thought bird. I thought bird.
Bird also works. Brian, how would you describe Emma in one word?
I would say supportive.
Aww.
Aww.
You two, like, you guys were filming in like a separate space from everyone else, so I never got to see you interact with them, but it always seems so wholesome every
It
time you talk about
did.
each
It really
other.
is like Team Wholesome. We really are.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
I would have thought that Brian would have said the word save.
Brain.
Use brain.
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 Brain, that would have been a good one too.
You'll all understand what that means once you watch it. All right. So this next question, this is the first one from Twitter, and I believe this one's for me. How did you find / decide on your runners and coaches? So this is always one of the most fun aspects of creating a project to me is like scouting out like who I want to be a part of it. And the way that I viewed like the players and coaches were through the lens of like archetypes in a way, like what different people bring to a project, like in terms of like personalities and like energy. Like if everyone here was like super bombastic and loud or like super one way or another, then it wouldn't be like interesting, right? So that's like kind of like how I viewed it. And then of course the other important thing is just that we should have good people, like people that are good-hearted and like people that I know will be easy enough to like work with and that will cooperate, and people that I trust. That's like a big thing. But in terms of like the theory behind it, that's sort of like the behind the scenes aspect of it, if that makes sense. So yeah, actually this is a great follow-up question. These IB and Sab curating the perfect questions here. How were the pairs selected?
This is IB at this point. I'm not doing anything.
IB, thank you for curating this. So this one, I guess, is also for me. How are the pairs selected? So same exact thing with the archetypes. I tried to really pair coaches that I think would have really good like synergy in terms of just the way that they are. Like I don't know how to like describe it besides just like a feeling that like these two people I know would work well together, even though they're kind of from like different parts of the internet, different communities. Like we're all kind of part of the greater Nintendo Pokemon world, but like, you know, none of these coach player pairs like knew each other. Like it's not like they have like been in like a talking relationship for the last year or something. So I kind of viewed the pairings in that sort of way. Like I wanted pairs that I knew would be entertaining, but also that would work well together, because that would also make a good show. So good question. Coaches. And this one will be a little tough to do spoiler free, so just be careful. Try and keep it general. But how difficult was it to teach the speedrun to someone new? Does someone want to volunteer to go first?
Sure.
May, how difficult was it?
I didn't think it was that hard, but I've also taught other games that are harder to people before. And so like, and having done a lot of like rooting stuff in the past and just having like a good understanding of like what people need to know in order to get through roots, I didn't find it too bad. It maybe helped that I had a very good teammate. I can't speak for everyone else, but I thought I had a good 2T. And so yeah, I didn't think it was too bad. It was fun.
Emma, how difficult was it to teach the speedrun to someone new?
It was a time. I let's be real. I am the coach with the least amount of experience out of all of us. I am very, very honored to be here with all of you guys. And I just very recently learned the speedruns myself. So it was very different to actually go out to teach someone else something that I just learned. At the same time, I also have it very fresh with myself, like what did I struggle with and what did I have problems with and what things you might not think about as a very experienced runner. And I hope that helped. But that was, it was a time.
I swear the music is like crazy. Memories Returned from Mystery Dungeon was playing like that entire time you were giving that explanation. It gave it like this emotional undertone. Pulse, it's still playing, so if you know, whatever you want to do with that. How difficult was it?
Oh, dear Lord.
Cheesecake.
I had no idea. It was so delicious.
So, I don't think teaching Emil was hard. I think that getting him to unlearn like bad habits was hard. 'Cause, like, he's a natural learner, but when you've already like learned something a certain way, it's hard to like get it out of someone's head.
I did have a lot of like general Pokemon knowledge going in, so I knew things one way.
Etiquette. How difficult was it to teach the speedrun to someone new?
It wasn't too difficult once I got the hang of it, I think. I think one of the things, sort of like the opposite of the problem Emma mentioned, is like I almost feel like I've been doing it for so long that I take a lot of things for granted when it comes to like how the notes are written or like the certain notations that we use and stuff like that in the notes, and trying to like explain it to somebody who just doesn't have that kind of background information was a bit challenging at the start, but we came up with a method and it worked out.
All right, players, pretty much same question extends to you. How difficult was it to learn a new speedrun? Once again, be careful to tread carefully with spoilers. Does anyone want to volunteer to go first? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Brian, you go first.
Yeah. Could you repeat the question?
How difficult was it to learn a new speedrun?
Ooh. Well, kind of like what Pulse was saying about Chugga, I would say almost applies to me in a certain sense. I've been playing Pokemon since 4 or 5 years old, so I'm quite familiar with most Pokemon games and probably relearning things, and also trying to like familiarize myself with Hoenn again. Hoenn's the region, for anyone who might not be familiar, by the way, with Omega Ruby. Was probably like the biggest concern of mine, but Emma made everything easy for me, man. Emma is the best. Simply.
Aww. Arlie, how difficult was it to learn a new speedrun?
It was tough. And Etiquette agreed with me during our coaches that the notes that we were using were a bit rough for somebody just starting, no experience whatsoever. And again, why I said Etiquette was so patient was because he was willing to kind of just reformat all of the notes for me. I'm a very visual learner, and so he just really he was so patient and just really adapted to my learning method, and it was hard, but he made it a lot easier.
Emil, how difficult was it to learn a new speedrun?
Pulse brought the information, very detailed, asked me what makes sense, what doesn't make sense. I heard at one point stayed up all night changing around notes for me and getting it ready.
Let's go, Pulse.
What a freak.
Aww.
I mean, wow, well done.
That really just made that really made it so that I felt comfortable going out there and doing a race.
I think I was on 4 or 5 hours of sleep that night. I'm not even gonna lie.
Hence the coffee description of the weekend.
I think they mentioned that to me at one point, during an interview or something.
So next question is for Sound Crew. So I guess that would be me, Nick, and Hugh. What was it like mixing sound when so many of the runners love to just start rage screaming? So Hugh, you're probably a good person to start this answer because I was using a lot of your audio equipment, not at the computers. It was all yours. So I guess you can give a rundown of how that works.
So I brought a lot of audio equipment to the studio, and what we did was we separated. Each person had their own streamer microphone, one of these at each setup, and then Josh had a lapel on them. So Josh's audio was pretty crisp, it would at least get Josh as long as they weren't screaming super, super loud. And then I guess all the whatever microphones we had on the desk, they were all different, but the Yetis or whatever you got, Rhodes, they kind of picked up everyone screaming in the background. So, but I think that kind of adds to the ambience that they're all in the same studio competing against each other. So I think we thought about it and we're we can't fix it too much, but we fixed it enough. So.
Yeah. Nick, do you want to share your perspective? I know I've been doing more audio.
So the way we've been splitting up the editing is I don't actually touch audio too much. I tend to be the one who creates the structure of the episode. I get all the footage and make it into an episode, and then I send it before to Josh to do audio, now to Kira to do audio. So I haven't really touched too much audio, but I mean, I haven't done how to do too much, but there are some nice things. I think it's really kind of wholesome because there's a lot of times where I need to cut out blank space. And it's really easy to connect laughs. And because we're having so much fun on set, there's a lot of times where people are laughing and it's really easy to just cut out a whole section and blend it together. And it just sounds like a big laughter.
That's great. Yeah. So awesome. Hugh knows a lot about the on-site production with audio. I know a lot about the post-production with, at least with episode 1 and 2 specifically. And yeah, it's definitely there's an ambiance to it where you should be able to understand what people are saying at their setup. But if Chugga is popping off on the other setup, let's fucking go, and then you have Etiquette and Arlie who are the next partition over. Like, you'll be able to hear that, but I think it's kind of it feels like you're in like a stadium or something. And I will say the audio has been very hard to edit, but it's in a good place now, and it'll be good. Nick, you look like you're about to.
Yeah, I love when I can have someone screaming and then cut to someone else's camera, and you can hear them screaming in the background. And it's hilarious. I love it.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I love
I
when that
remember when
happens.
we grew up how to do it. It was like Easter at like 1 a.m. Josh had me at his house, and I was drawing up on a whiteboard how to do all the audio for like.
We had a
That was
lot of
my
whiteboard
Easter.
sessions.
That was my Easter. Try to figure out how to make the audio and cameras work.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Would you call it a Pokemon stadium?
Ooh.
Get out of here. You spent too much time with Emil.
No, the theme. He said that like the synergy between us was the reason he paired us up. The theme of our team is people who Sab thinks are funny.
I think even people who Sav thinks is not funny.
That's how you view it,
You
right?
keep very good company out of the closest people.
This is a great opportunity to promote the giveaway. We have a Nintendo Switch Lite giveaway. Very fancy, signed by the entire Speedrun Survivor cast and crew. So if you type !giveaway in chat, then you will be able to enter in for free as long as it is available in your country. So definitely enter in so you could have all of these lovely people, their signatures, and some other people that were on set on a Nintendo Switch Lite. And it's a beautiful pink. It's great. So enter in the giveaway.
And the easiest way to follow everybody.
Wait, can I answer?
Elliot, your signature's on the Switch.
What? You won't have to pay for shipping. I can just come to your room
No,
right
you
now.
can't enter the giveaway.
What? Okay. All right. It's fine.
Someone said all the signatures raise the value, but Pulses actually brings the value back down.
Yeah, that's been the rumor going around.
I heard that from someone.
The
can
rumor
always
that
white it
Josh
out.
started.
Yes.
Yeah, you can always get rid of Pulse's signature if you guys want.
You
It's
can
up to
always
you.
like,
It's like put a sticker.
yeah,
It's to
sticker
reduce the
works.
taxes you have to pay on it. Thanks, Pulse.
All right, Etiquette, this question is for you.
Oh.
Do you enjoy the meme that you have become with the water bottle what the frick moment?
You're welcome.
I think it's funny. I think it's very out of character for me. Anybody who watches me normally, but I think it's funny. I like it.
You pulled off really well.
I was
I love
like, I wasn't there for a lot of the interviews, but I was literally there for like probably some of the best interviews. And I'm so happy that I was holding up like the light thing right as Etiquette was doing that because it was incredible. And you guys can see all of the shenanigans if you are a certain tier on the Patreon as far as the interviews go, uncut.
$10 on Patreon, you can watch the full uncut interviews. It's really spicy. I'm not
It's
even saying
really
that. It's
funny.
like 40 minutes of just straight like shooting the
episode.
shit with Hugh per episode.
Yeah, it's
40
just
minutes
shitting
per
the shit.
episode.
It's just talking with Hugh for 40
There are
minutes.
some interviews. I was listening back and like you only ask like one question. You're just hanging out with them for
I
like
know,
the other
Hugh.
4 minutes.
What do you mean? You want real reactions? You got people saying random shit to me. You could cut
You know,
that
that's
out,
a good
bro.
point. That's a good point.
And none of it relates to anything. I just have someone talking about like something random.
It's hilarious.
Well, so the thing is, Hugh invited us all over to do like his interview show, and then Josh like interrupted with this speed run thing. I don't know.
Yeah, what the hell? We were actually making the couch of Hugh in the woods. You know, it's a new podcast
Yeah.
I'm making.
Oh yeah. Arlie, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you think your theater experience benefited you at all with the production of the show?
I don't think so. I don't know. I was too stressed and I wasn't really like giving a performance, I don't think at all. I was just stressed the entire time. Maybe I did okay with the interviews because I feel like my theater background has made me a good talker, but I was just stressed the entire time.
You did great.
You did amazing.
Did amazing. Good job.
Brian, this question's for you.
Oh.
Why is Brian D the ketchup king, baby?
All right, so it all goes back to Splatoon 2.
Oh boy.
Good old
Everything does.
Splatoon. There was I think it was ketchup versus mustard Splatfest, and on stream I leveled up to the rank of ketchup king, and that, I think it was one of the higher ranks. I was very proud of it. And so I put on the crown, I grabbed ketchup, and the ketchup king was born.
Hell yeah.
That's
I
the
love
short of
it.
it anyway.
You kind of look like the guy from Burger King.
Oh my
Honestly,
god.
we should do like a. Have you ever seen the video where he does like the safety dance?
Yeah.
Yes.
We should do that for like advertising, Josh.
Yeah.
Maybe good idea.
Brian, you come to my house, we'll make a whole series out of it.
Could Torterra be in it?
Honestly, I bought the thing to do that, so we could do that.
Yes.
Brian's
yes!
pretty local, so I mean,
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah,
you
let me
bro?
know. I'll come through too. You know.
Oh man, wait. This is supposed to just be me. Okay.
I'll crash the party. All right, it's fine.
You're
I'll
more
let
than
you know
welcome.
beforehand. It's
Yup.
all good.
You could crash tomorrow too if you want. By the way, I know you were never invited.
Ooh, okay.
Emil, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
How different was this compared to doing a Let's Play?
Oh boy. Usually when doing a Let's Play, I've thoroughly researched everything ahead of time and looked into every aspect of it that I can. And I guess I sort of did that this time, but it was someone else presenting that information to me rather than going out on my own and trying to learn all that I could and having to just take someone else's research for it and try to adapt to what they thought I should learn.
By the way, if you guys would like to get in more questions, I think we could use more questions. It's hard to tell, but if you would like to, you could ask them on Twitter by tweeting using hashtag Speedrun Survivor. I don't know if we'll be able to get to all of them, but tweet us your questions and we will do our best to answer as many as possible. So go and do the thing.
You guys all have your cats. I want my cat to come over too.
My cat's
my
like,
cat?
no,
Where's my
absolutely
cat
not.
dog?
He's sleeping behind me.
Aw.
Oh.
May I have a question for you?
Oh,
How was the muffin in the trailer?
it was
Yeah.
good. It was a Costco blueberry muffin. It was a lot of muffin, I will say. It was more muffin than I wanted, but yeah, it was a good muffin. I don't know.
To everyone else, this is a separate question. Did you have a muffin? And if so, how was it?
Oh boy.
Oh my dude.
I want to like start this one off by saying that on day one of filming, you just had a bunch of donuts and muffins and cookies for us and like nothing else.
Okay, well, the idea was that the hotel was supposed to have breakfast, so like,
Yeah.
I don't know how the breakfast was, but
No, it was better after like the morning of the first day. Like immediately it was turned around though. But yeah, I ate so many muffins and donuts and I was so sweetened out. And I went to you, I'm like, Josh, we need like savory stuff.
Yeah.
Yo,
So
I brought the donuts though, so
I
you
was
know.
so
Well,
sweetened out by muffins on the first day.
It was so bad because while you guys were all filming, you were all doing the coaching sessions, we had a lot of time to sit around and just eat donuts
Yum.
and drink coffee. And it's so hard when someone hands you a box full of free donuts. Like, it's
How do you say
impossible.
no?
Yeah, and so I ate way too much sugar that entire weekend.
The
It was
trick,
delicious though. It was delicious.
The muffins were
trick-
pod.
the muffins were really good.
the trick is to dull your appetite by drinking 12 cups of coffee.
Dude, donuts and coffee go so good together. It didn't help at all.
We had a coffee war.
okay, they look so cute.
I did not win, but I think both sides really both lost that one.
Yeah, agreed.
Players, question for you all. What surprised you most about learning to speedrun? Brian, why don't you kick this off?
So specifically to Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, or
Just in general, could be like, yeah, it could be anything. Specific general.
I'll say two things. One of which we didn't really utilize, but there's like a specific mashing technique you need to use when doing. I think is it all 3DS speedruns, or is it
Yes.
just Omega Ruby? All of them. Okay, so we didn't have to do that because we had instant text, but that was interesting to me. And then also learning that the one of the hardest fights, or the hardest fight, is so early in the game, and it's not even an important character.
Nope. Arlie, what surprised you the most about learning to speedrun?
I think the thing that I was the most intimidated by was the numbers. I was really, really nervous about the math portion. And I ended up, honestly, that while that was still stressful, I feel like the thing that surprised me the most was how difficult I struggled with like movement. I am so hesitant. And so like anytime I would even just like try to move, I'd be like, wait, is this okay? Like etiquette, am I good to actually do this. I was so hesitant and so scared that just like one wrong move would like be the end. I wasn't expecting to be so scared to move my player around.
Emil, what surprised you the most about learning to speedrun?
I was surprised that you take a screen cap of your stats and punch it into a calculator to figure out what your IVs are and all that. I thought, based on watching Red and Blue and a lot of other games over the years, that you just kind of pause at the beginning of the game, look at the stats, and go, okay, that's good, or oh no, that isn't, and then just reset. I didn't think that there was a way around pausing the game and checking that for 5 seconds so that you could shave off that time. That amazed me. And all the utilities that were made available for that, where it tells you, okay, you probably have this nature, okay, your IVs are probably this.
Good answers. Coaches, we're going to turn the table on you now. What surprised you the most about teaching somebody to speedrun for the first time? Etiquette, why don't you kick this off?
Jeez, Etiquette. Well, no, talking about me.
I was happy I was in the middle because I'm like, I'm never going to be first. And no, I guess kind of basically like what Arlie said. I was surprised at how cautious she was with some of the movement, because like a lot of times when somebody is like brand new to a game, they'll be like, oh, I know how to get through this area, and go through it and hit an optional, or, you know, do something chaotic and die. But like it was really interesting. Like the player, you know, Arlie, that I got paired up with was like almost the exact opposite of what I normally see. And so it was almost nice, because I'm like, all right, we're going with the consistency route, and that's going to help us in the end. So
Pulse, what surprised you the most about teaching somebody to speedrun for the first time?
I don't think this is
Be careful.
Choose your words.
I was surprised at how much silliness Emil could add to the learning process. Like, he just like you guys will see the silly stuff he'll do in the middle of it, but it became like super hilarious because of all that.
I hope not all of that's getting cut.
Some of it's making it, don't worry.
Okay.
Emma, what surprised you the most about teaching somebody to speedrun for the first time?
I probably had more of the opposite of Etiquette's problem. Like the thing you talked about where people, the player go and doesn't know the spinners. Like when you have speedrun a game a couple of times, you kind of know which trainers are spinners and what to look out for, and like approximately where to go and where to like stand still and where they can't see you, even if you're like careful. But yeah, that was a ride going through that.
For anyone that doesn't know, by the way, that doesn't like watch Pokemon speedruns, a spinner is an optional trainer that literally spins, rotates, and you have to like dodge them through some kind of method. So yeah. May, what surprised you the most about teaching somebody to speedrun for the first time?
We're saying like the first time we've taught someone, because it's not the first time I've taught someone.
Teaching someone's first time speedrunning.
But it wasn't my player's first time speedrunning.
Okay, well, just the principle of the question. It doesn't need to be literally exact. I know, like, I think Brian's messed around with like Mario 64 before, like it, you know, like just the principle of it.
I don't know if anything was that surprising to me, I guess. In that I don't want to come off and being like, I knew everything that was going to happen going into it. But I've done a lot of like educational like resources and stuff like that. So I guess the thing that surprised me is it took less time than I would have thought.
Yeah, I remember the coaches were freaking out that I was not going to give them enough time. I was like, you'll be fine.
Like, I think we were maybe a little, like, I was a little pessimistic about how long it was going to take, but everyone just kind of flew through it, so.
This is a pretty quick question for our players. After your experience of Speedrun Survivor, would you speedrun another Pokemon game? Emil, would you?
I think yes. I enjoyed how, while you like even just in practice, you could tell every run is different and a lot of on-the-spot decision making. A lot of people think that because it's RNG heavy that it wouldn't make a good speedrun, but I think it actually does make it have a good speedrun because you have to have a lot of general knowledge and adapt. I think that makes it interesting to run.
Arlene, would you run another Pokemon game after Speedrun Survivor?
I think so. I love the Let's Go games so much, and so does Etiquette. So that kind of works out. And Etiquette and I, we both did one last night, and it took 8 years. But I really do love the Let's Go games, and so now that I know Etiquette, I have like a really great person to like look up to and like ask questions to, because I think I would actually really enjoy maybe trying out more things with Let's Go.
What time did your diploma run come out to be?
6:41.
My PC shut down. I just like to say that. My
PC died.
Wow.
There were some issues.
We had a lot of tech issues.
That's still pretty good.
But hear me out. You not only beat my time with Elliot, that's on the leaderboard, but you also beat my time with Shen on the leaderboard.
Etiquette also carried me.
Hey, it's a team effort.
It's a team effort, exactly.
That's impressive.
Genuinely,
Elliot, we need to come back.
Let's go. No.
Me and Emil have a goal now. It's time.
True. Oh, tomorrow night they're doing a diploma together. That's exciting.
I can't wait to watch that.
Brian, what about you? I mean, you already have started your own. I mean, it's Pokemon Puzzle League, but that is a Pokemon game.
Yeah, so Pokemon Puzzle League was like a huge part of my childhood. So when it came to the Switch last week or whenever it was like an immediate one for me. But if I were to do another main series Pokemon game, I'm actually looking toward X and Y or also Let's Go. Those are probably like the two
good choice.
next ones that I'd be interested in.
Emma's so proud.
Oh my god. Yeah, you just made Emma's night.
Emma has led you so astray.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Shut up. You like speedrunning Alpha Sapphire. No kidding.
Wow. Sapphire. XY made me depressed.
Coaches, after Oras. Oh, wait, sorry. Wait, the next. Actually, I'll read that question. I'll read that one now. After Oras, what speedrun would you recommend to your pupils? That's such a good question. Emma, this seems topical. What would you recommend?
The easy way is to obviously recommend Let's Go or XY or any other similar speedrun. But my biggest advice when it comes to Pokemon speedruns is they are basically all very long if you're gonna do like glitchless, manipulous. So pick a game that you love or like if you are gonna do this and get a good time, you are gonna spend hours and hours and hours and hours into this game doing the exact same thing over and over and over again. So pick a game that you like, that have good music, that you vibe with, and that you just enjoy. And pick X and Y or Let's Go. And that is.
I have to tack something onto that. I'm sorry. What you said about good music. I remember when we were starting the first race, it was really the Little Root Town theme that made me feel better and stopped my heart from pounding. It was great.
Oh.
It's a good theme. It's literally home.
May, what would you recommend to
A Hat in Time.
the?
All right. That's my actual answer. That's like
Etiquette, what would you recommend?
I would recommend pretty much any of the Switch games. Let's Go is I think the best beginner Pokemon game. Sword and Shield has its moments where it can be really fun. The DLC category for Sword and Shield is actually you can do like an hour and a half long runs by beating the DLC. Legends Arceus is like a completely different experience, but it's still a good time. And just don't touch BDSP.
True. It's fun, but it's rough. Pulse, after Oras, what speedrun would you recommend to Emil?
Definitely Pokemon Let's Go, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, any percent glitchless.
I don't even own Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I didn't buy it.
Oh. You missed out on some cool glitches day one.
Yeah.
I guess other than that, you know, this might be a controversial take. Pokemon Fire Red Leaf Green.
Oh, that one is brutal. I'm familiar.
You
with
hate
that.
Emil?
How did you give a worse answer than BDSP?
No, he thinks I can handle it.
Yeah. Listen,
Emil.
I can teach him. I made a tutorial.
All right.
Emil, I love you. Emil, I love you very much, but no, I care about you too much to let him teach you that run.
Moving
one
on.
more.
Yes.
Pokemon Diamond glitched.
Good answer.
Okay,
Good
yeah,
answer.
that's a good
one.
answer. Yeah.
I feel like Family Feud. Good answer. Good answer.
We have another question for this one's for everyone. So we can get everyone involved again. That's great. What was it like getting to meet each other in person and getting to hang out during/after recording? Sab, why don't you start?
So for me, I was specifically brought in to do one thing, and I was only supposed to be there a day, and I ended up being there for more time, and I was so nervous. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, you know, like I'm just like behind the scenes little thing, but everyone was so lovely and friendly, and getting to talk with everyone. We all have these common bonds through just like being Twitch streamers and stuff, and just being really memey fun people. So like, it's one of those weekends that I will definitely like cherish, and just getting to like really let all the filters off, like when we were done filming and stuff, was just some of the funnest moments ever.
Nick.
It was amazing. So I started getting into speedrunning and streaming very, very late 2019. So I didn't really get a lot of opportunities to go anywhere because basically by the time I got friends and stuff like that, COVID hit. So it was just nothing. And then I haven't actually been able to do any meetups or any events or any conventions or anything. So this was my first time getting to meet a bunch of like online people. Even if I didn't know everyone beforehand, like still it was awesome, actually amazing. Unfortunately, like we were filming so much, we didn't get to do too much off of filming, but during production was amazing.
Hugh.
It was great to meet everyone. I think it was fun. I don't know much about, I know a decent amount about Pokemon, just not like speedrunning and such. And it was just fun to meet people that like they have passion for Pokemon and speedrunning and just see that atmosphere. And also to like meet a whole bunch of Twitch streamers because I'm so used to working with YouTubers, so it was pretty dope.
You definitely got to bond with everyone a lot during some of the interviews.
Yeah, I got the bond, and me and Etiquette, we had fun every night, so it was cool.
Oh.
Oh.
Elliot, what's what was it like getting to meet each other in person, getting to hang out during/after recording? Elliot, you were taking notes on everyone.
Oh god. So like I kind of knew everybody beforehand, like relatively decently, but some people I didn't know too well. So I feel like after this after the Speedrun Survivor, I really got to know people a lot more, and honestly, everyone was awesome to work with, and honestly, it was just so entertaining. Like I really enjoyed everyone's company, and everyone did it really well during the recordings, and honestly, I couldn't ask for a better crew than we had, so it was awesome.
I agree. Emil, what is your answer?
So I known Sab for a while, and I met Pulse and Monsieur Joshua at the PAX right before it happened. Everyone else I hadn't met before, and I feel like this show created friendships that'll last a lifetime, quite frankly, because we all got along so well, and I feel like we were all rooting for each other and just wish that no one had to get eliminated.
I agree. Oh, nice stab, Hugh.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Arlie, what is your answer?
It was just very surreal to me, because it's just like surreal to me. I grew up, watching Emil for so long, like in middle school in high school. Like, it was a huge, Chuggaaconroy was like such a huge part of me and my sister's like childhood. And so it's not often that like you get to meet these people who are like huge. I get like emotional talking about this, but like huge inspirations to you, you know, let alone work with them, you know? So it's just surreal.
Aww. We love you, Arlie.
No,
So wholesome.
It's just weird.
I liked meeting you too.
Yeah, the whole weekend was really just surreal. Like, that's definitely the perfect word for it. Like,
why did none of us say that?
I feel like just that whole weekend just felt like a dream for like multiple reasons. In that, like, you know, it's like a dream come true, but also it felt like almost like a fantasy. Like, it didn't even feel like real life. Like, we're all in a studio playing video games. Like, what's happening? But like, to get to meet some people that I haven't met in person before and see people that I haven't seen in a while, it was just an amazing experience, really heartwarming. And, you know, right after I dropped off, I think Arlo was the last person I dropped off. I came back and I was just like, well, now what? It's like where everyone's gone. It's so sad. You know, it was genuinely just good energy and really good company from everyone that I am so grateful for. You know, we have all this crazy equipment and all these crazy tangible things that make the production amazing, but the intangibles are what made this truly special. Every single person here brought something unique and personable and important to this series, and I think we all felt that every day, every moment, no matter how frantic everything was. Brian, what is your answer?
Pretty much, I'm going to echo everything that everyone has said so far, but also, you know, we all came here to compete first and foremost, right? So, but as the weekend went on, I think it became much more than that. Like, as Emil was saying before, we've created friendships that are going to, you know, withstand the test of time, you know, and it's just surreal, like everyone's been saying. We did have that one to cap off the weekend. We had that ice cream, little ice cream party at the ice cream parlor after we all broke down all the equipment and everything. And I just remember I was the first one to head out. I think I was the first one to head out.
You were.
Yeah, I saw you drive off.
Because I had to go home because I had work in the morning. But I think I played the perfect song for the weekend. I put my car speakers full blast. Pokemon theme. Oh my!
Josh, can I send that to you? Can we put it on the stream?
If you want, I don't know if you can.
Maybe.
But
maybe
is it a video?
It's a video.
That's gonna be a little tough. Can you link it in chat so people can click on it?
Well, I could upload to Discord, and then you can all download it onto your computers because that's how Discord works.
I remember going into that rap party, how it was so hot in the studio. We'd been in there all day.
The last day? Oh, yeah.
And we were standing around asking like where we should get dinner. And I remember that I went, guys, can we have this conversation literally anywhere but here? And
yes.
It was cooler outside than it was in that freaking studio. And I'm just like,
it was
and
hot.
Then everyone's like, yes, let's. And I'm like, thank you.
I'll just add one last thing, by the way, real fast, Josh.
Yes.
I just want to say, as soon as I drove off, I definitely was not crying. That's all I want to say.
Oh.
I definitely did not cry, and you guys can't prove it.
I can, actually.
Damn.
I put cameras in your car before you left.
That's what that was?
Yeah, they're still there, right? You haven't moved them.
I didn't.
Emma, what was it like getting to meet each other in person and getting to hang out during/after recording? I remember when I told you about this, I think you doubted me that this was real like for like a dozen times.
Yeah, I doubted you until you showed me like tickets, and I was like, wait, this is actually happening.
I doubted them too, don't worry.
Yeah, it's like for anyone that doesn't know, I live in Sweden, that is like on the other side of the world. So yeah, I don't know. It was weird. Like, it was really surreal. I was like starting out, I was so jet lagged. And I was very tired, and I had uni that I had to take care of. So I slept like 2.5 hours a night for a couple of nights, but it worked.
Yeah, that's brutal. That was brutal.
Yeah, that was not my best moment, but I think it worked out. It was fantastic to meet so many new people, and I had a bit of a break, like a meltdown or breakdown when I was going home, and I was like, how, like, it's so different to meet people with the same interest and that does the same things. I don't have anyone I can talk to about like Pokemon at all. I can't talk about speedruns, I can't talk about like streaming, I can't talk about any of these things, and here I am for a weekend and in like a studio filled with people that have the same interest as me. It's different. It really is.
May, what about you?
So the weekend before we recorded this, the Twitch team I'm part of, we threw on a speedrunning marathon that was out of my house. So I had like, I don't know, 10 people out of my house, and we were doing like producing this thing for like 16 hours a day for 3 days in a row, and people were there for a week, and then I got 1 day off, and then I flew all the way out here, all the way out to New York, and I was like super prepared to just like show up, record, go to bed every day, because I was so just exhausted to begin with. And even still, literally at the end of every day, I was like, all right, we gotta hang out more. You gotta make the time count. Like, I can sleep when I'm dead, it's fine. I did eventually fall asleep because I am limited by reality, but yeah, it was like, and it's like, it's telling that pretty much every single time any of us are all in the same place or talking on in like the like planning DMs and stuff, it's everyone just being like, everyone misses everyone.
Etiquette, what was it like getting to meet each other in person and getting to hang out during/after recording?
Yeah, so pretty much what everyone else has been saying, you know, it was absolutely incredible. Like these kinds of things don't happen. Like you can do conventions and stuff, and like, you know, for the speedrunners we have GDQ, and it's just nothing like this. I think for me personally, I'm an extremely shy person. I have a really hard time talking to people and like opening up and stuff. And I don't know if it was just because we were like forced to, or like, you know, like just the group of people, the composition we had. It was probably one of the easiest groups I've ever had to go into and hang out with. It was so much fun, and like May said, like always sort of wanting to do more, wanting to hang out. We had a night in the hotel where we just sat in someone's room and played Smash for like an hour, and it was just incredible.
You said you were shy? I think the last thing you were in this production was shy.
Exactly that, but that just goes to show like the group we had. It was really welcoming. It was great.
All right, Pulse. What was it like getting to meet everyone and hang out?
Oh, it was such a blast. Like so many fun, memorable moments of just. I think I remember like the weekend just came up like so quickly, and then like when we were there, it was something else. Like I walk into the studio, I see everybody, and I'm like, yo, I miss y'all. Great, because I already knew like pretty much everybody for the most part, but like I think it was nice that like as soon as like I see some like people that I've like just sort of followed on Twitter but never like really interacted with, I was just like, wait, I know you. Hi. Stuff like that. Like, I think though, I kind of wish I wasn't like sleeping over like at your house, but instead over at the hotel, so I could hang out with everybody more.
We
were in our own bubble.
we didn't hang out that long in the hotel because as much as we were all very excited to hang out with each other, we were extremely tired.
Yo, at least y'all didn't have to drive 30 minutes home.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'm just happy that
Thank you,
that one night whenever everyone played Smash, I was able to make that
That was
because
so fun.
I think we were all exhausted.
I feel
but
like I
it
was
a really
probably
fun
at the
time.
studio until like midnight that night.
Probably.
I think you were.
I was I think I was definitely at that studio quite a bit. It was the first night I was up until like 3 just setting up, and I was like, wow, setting up all of this takes longer than I thought it would.
We were originally going to like set things up the morning of the first
I
day. and
scheduled
then-
an hour in the first morning to set up.
I'm like, thank
I didn't
God.
set up in 3 hours the night before.
Yeah. we were there until like 3ish, and then we ended up going like even earlier that morning, and we still needed more time to set things up.
Yup.
It was,
That's crazy.
It was an undertaking.
When would we have had time for Josh to say, "Hey guys"?
Hey guys.
We can.
Hey guys.
Hey guys, welcome back to Speedrun Survivor.
All right, so we could share that, so that makes sense to people. So actually, Hugh, you could explain the logic behind it. The hey guys, because Hugh does YouTube videos and skits and
All
filming.
Right. So if you want to get your voice, to the same level every time, so it doesn't sound like a weird voiceover, the best key is to just pick 2 words that like will set your voice to the same level every time. So like whenever I do an outro, it's like built into my outro. So I'm like, "What up, morons?" and it gets me into the same voice as I would for a YouTube outro because my fans are called morons. So I was like, Josh, just say "Hey guys" to get into your character real fast. Like not character, but like to get your voice on the same level so it won't sound weird mixed together. So we had to hear "Hey guys" at the start of every take.
I was going to suggest that you call your viewers morons as a joke without knowing that you already did that.
Oh my god, Chugga, already, bro. At the end of every video, "What up?"
Oh.
Cut out, which made it even better.
What up, Mo?
I want you all to understand how this went from like the coach's point of view, because we had been sent away because we weren't supposed to be watching this like beginning part because we were supposed to come in later, and so we're just all sitting in the hallway for like an hour. Being like, as Josh just goes, "Hey guys!" All right, new take. Hold on, that wasn't good. "Hey guys, welcome to Speed." Hold on. "Hey guys."
Guys, I flew.
We love you, Josh.
It was
Josh, we
just
love
as
you.
confusing.
That was
it was
hard.
just as confusing for us in the studio, May.
Oh, I'm sure it was way worse because at least we were sitting down.
Yeah, you all were on camera.
Yeah.
We had,
As
we
the
had to look
person-
attentive and like eager and ready and all that.
I was
The
behind
person
camera
delivering the
every time I
lines, I've never done anything like that in my life, like line rehearsal. But I got the
left.
hang
You
of
did
it.
great.
Thanks.
So with like my notepad, I had to keep on doing like new time step.
903 clap. 904 clap.
Hey
Nick, we fucked up the
973 on the
syncing.
lapel. Yeah, like 973 on the lapel, 974 on the lapel. Scratch that 975.
It was like I was clicking through like there's like 10 clips of that scene. I just kept
That's awesome.
clicking through all of them. I had to skip like 5 of them to find the final take.
Nick,
Awesome.
Nick, can you please make a "Hey guys" blooper reel?
Yeah, later.
Yes.
That is the music that I'm playing, by the way, is that compilation. This next question is for Hugh and Etiquette. Are Hugh Moran and Etiquette lovers now? An anonymous asker, definitely not named Hugh Moran. Who wants to go first? Well,
Honestly,
I guess Etiquette's
I'll
on.
go first. I'll go first.
Oh, I was gonna say Etiquette's on top, but okay.
Yeah, no. It's okay.
I was answering for them.
I just want to say, like, he might be on top, but our love is equal. But anyway, I like to think that we bonded perfectly, and that his wife totally understands that, like, I'm his hall pass in the celebrity realm, and he's my hall pass in the celebrity realm, even though we're not celebrities. And honestly, like, if he wants to hang out on Saturdays and make it like our day, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Etiquette, are Hugh Moran and Etiquette lovers now?
I don't know what to say.
No matter what you say, you'll be in trouble. So you might as well just say it.
Absolutely.
might as
No,
well.
See what your heart thinks.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
I will say this man is, I don't know what it is, but he can make you do things you don't want to do. In interviews.
Oh my God!
Watch the interviews. You'll see.
He faced that.
Don't clip it out of context. Oh no.
Etiquette. I just got like 5 Snapchats from like random people, and I'm assuming it's because you just said that. It just popped.
Damn.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, anyway, moving on.
Wait, before we move on,
Yes.
Saturday option will always be on the table. Etiquette. I love you, baby.
Sounds good.
All right, next question. This one I feel like could be a little bit of a longer one, but let's keep it this one a little bit brief because we have a good handful left. What got you interested in speedrunning? And I know this can vary for some people that like don't really have much experience, or make the question whatever you want it to be if like you weren't really that interested before this. Like what maybe you knew about speedrunning beforehand. For me, I started by watching Liquid Wi-Fi, the world record holder of The Simpsons Hit and Run, one of my favorite games of all time, and that was my first speedrun. So, yeah. Brian, what got you interested into speedrunning?
Ooh, there's a couple people I could shout out. I think the very first Pokemon speedrunner I ever watched was Pulse.
Aw.
And it was just before he got the world record for Fire Red Leaf Green. And I was there. I just made the end of the stream the day you got the world record, so that was like a super like awesome moment to witness. And then I've been watching Josh do a lot of, you know, Ultra Sun, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, X and Y, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
And also I really love Mario's 64 runs as well. So that those are always amazing to watch.
Emma, what got you interested in speedrunning?
I don't know how to keep this brief, but yeah, I accidentally found your channel, and by your I mean Josh. Actually, through Elliot, it was a New Year's Eve. You guys were messing with each other, or Josh was messing with Elliot mostly, and you actually got that timing very well with the XY with the New Year's Eve. For you. For me, it was like 6 a.m. But that was very cool. And I had never really seen speedrunning before that. And yeah, I just started looking because it was a new way of playing Pokemon. I had just picked up like all the old games and played up like all the generations that I missed as an adult. And yeah. It's a new way of playing Pokemon, a game that you love, that does not get boring.
May, what got you interested in speedrunning?
I'd watched GDQ for like since like 2014 or 2015, I think. But I was like, oh, I don't really think I have the time for that. Like, it's a lot of effort, or like it's a big time commitment, and like I don't think I'd have the patience for it. I also thought that you couldn't use notes and have to memorize everything. I don't know why I thought that, but you don't have to do that if that's something you think. I think only I thought that. And so I just like was watching GDQ every year, and I like never thought that like it would be like a scene that I'd be part of. And then the start of the pandemic, a friend of mine from high school that I still followed on Twitter is a Pokemon speedrunner, or at least was. And so I like popped in their stream because I saw them tweet about a PB they got and like just said hi, and then I just kept watching. And then at some point I was like, I should try a speedrun too, because I have so much time during the pandemic, and now I don't have free time anymore.
Etiquette, what got you interested in speedrunning?
Like May said, GDQs for me. I found GDQ back in like 2013 and picked up speedrunning. One of the things I like really gravitate towards are just like single player games, and speedrunning is a way. It's like high score challenges. It's like speedrunning is a way to take a single player game and make it competitive. And so I kind of latched onto that. Before speedrunning I was into rhythm gaming, and just sort of went with that.
Pulse, what got you interested in speedrunning?
Definitely a mix of GDQ and a couple of other like Pokemon speedrunners. I was like very, very into Pokemon Yellow at the time, and I watched like so many people like grab the record like back and forth, and then eventually I saw them playing like Pokemon Crystal, and I was like, like this looks way more fun than Yellow. I don't want to touch Yellow at all. And I gave it a shot, and I can't stop until I'm burned out.
Emil, what got you interested in speedrunning?
I followed Red and Blue speedrunning for a few years, and I remember the day that Red Bar was starting to be used as a viable strategy, and thinking that was fascinating about how you could just skip parts of the game if you were low in health, but you didn't want to be in too low health so that you would die. I remember that was what really got me into it. From there, I started watching GDQ every year, and eventually I realized that, hey, speedrunners could have valuable information for my own research and my videos, and they might even know things that aren't useful to a run or are theoretically helpful, but it's not really well understood yet, so I got talking to a lot of them through that.
Harley, what got you interested in speedrunning?
So I suppose just kind of like somehow I ventured like from the Let's Play side of Pokemon on YouTube, I somehow kind of ventured into the speedrunning side. I think it was two specific people, the iconic duo that is 360 Chrism and Shenanigans. I think I like just stumbled upon their plate bingo race, which is just like a awful race, but I thought it was so funny, and so from there I watched more of their like weird randomized interesting races and whatnot, and from there I found like, you know, more normal, I guess, speed runs, but I think it was those two showed me the world speedrunning.
Plated moment. Sab, what got you interested in speedrunning?
Wait, did Brian answer already?
Yes.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
Brian?
You went first.
Yeah, I went first.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we weren't skipping Brian. So the first speedrun I actually ever saw was Banjo-Kazooie. My friend and family Jules speedran it like forever ago, and then he started running Mario 64. And I never really watched GDQ. It was something one of my siblings would watch. I'm like, yeah, they're just playing games fast. But then it wasn't until the start of 2021 that I saw like Josh was going live, and I was like, I recognize this name because I'd met him briefly in like 2019 in passing at a con. And I popped in, I'm like, hey, I think I met you. And I started watching the Pokemon speedruns, and I got like hooked because I've always enjoyed watching them. And Josh is definitely good at peer pressure. So that I made pressure. I made like sub goals last year to like learn speedruns. So I did like a Manipless Glitchless Platinum run, and man, was it a time. And I've just gotten to meet a lot of cool people who are very patient with me with all my questions. I'm like, how do you do any of this stuff? So yeah, that's how I got into speedrunning.
Nick, you aren't really a Pokemon speedrunner, but a Super Mario 64 speedrunner. What got you interested in speedrunning?
To make a long story short, I got really into Smash Bros. Melee, and it turns out GDQ, there's a lot of Melee tournaments on the side, and I found a video of a Melee tournament that happened at a GDQ, and that's how I found GDQ. Like etiquette, I was also like always into like competitive, but not really into like multiplayer. Actually, I was into rhythm games too. I have my Guitar Hero controller right here. We should play Clone Hero sometime, etiquette.
Let's go.
Yeah, I got like May said, I got into Kingdom Hearts speedrunning at first, and then more into N64 speedrunning with Ocarina of Time, and then Mario 64.
Hugh, you've done so many speedruns. What got you interested in Pokemon and speedrunning?
I'm not gonna lie, when I was 9 years old, I was sitting in the GDQ audience watching Halo Reach. 2009, October 13th, I was watching Halo Reach in the audience. I was like, someday I want to be that man. I want to speed. No, I've never. I had no fucking clue. But I could have kept going with that. I have no clue. No.
You actually 9 in 2009?
Yeah, I'm 22.
Oh, man.
No. I think you weren't there when I found out.
No,
I was like
I think I knew this, but I think it's just all clicking now.
What do you mean?
Just the time frame. That's how that math works out.
Yeah,
I'm so jealous.
How that math works.
I'm so jealous because that's got to be so easy to instantly know how old you are.
Yeah, oh yeah. When I was born on 4/20/2000, so when I turn 69, it will be 2069 4/20. So I gotta live to 69, then I'm out.
That's insane.
I'm out.
That's actually incredible. You better live until then.
Yeah, 4/20/69 on 4/21/69, I'm gonna die.
You gotta, just live until then, and then you're set.
Yeah,
incredible.
Yeah, you
do it.
You were born a meme. You never had a chance.
Yeah, I never had a chance.
All right.
What got me into speedrunning, I'll be completely honest, real fast, is I think me and Josh were having like a lunch or some crap. He's like, yo, you gotta speedrun Pokemon, and I said no like 100 times, and then like 2 years later he's like, yo, I'm working on a TV show, you in? I was like, no, but then he got me in, so we're in.
Completely accurate.
Good answer.
Elliot, what got you interested in speedrunning?
So, before I was even Galactic Elliot, I was known as Ellie Let's Player, and I actually didn't do many Let's Plays at on that channel. I was more of a speedrunner. I got into Mario World speedrunning with like Kaizo, ROM hacks, and that kind of stuff. And then I fully went into Mario 64 because in like 2006, like way back in the day, I watched lots of Mario 64 speedrunning, and it was mostly just people trying to beat certain levels as quickly as possible, like individual levels, ILs, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't even like real-time attack, which is definitely more of the popular speedruns nowadays. But yeah, I did more individual levels in like 2009, 2010, and 2011. But I've been a retired speedrunner since then, 11 years ago. So yeah, I'm an old content creator. Yeah.
May I have a question for you?
Okay.
How many birds do you have in your Pokemon games?
How many bird? Okay. So it depends on. I mean, if you look at my Pokemon home and you sort by flying type, there's at least like 2,000 in there because I do have 1,400 and change Triflins in my Pokemon home that I caught. And then I have a lot of Starlies and a lot of Pidubs when I shiny bred there. And then all of my teams are always bird teams, as proven by the PLA clip. So more than a couple.
Good answer. All right, I could probably take this question. How long did the entire show take to film? So it was 4 extremely long days, and also the night before that was a lot of prep, like set building and that kind of thing. So yeah, it was 4 very long days. Like I would get there at like 7:30 in the morning, depending on the day, and like we'd probably skedaddle at like between like 10 and 11. I'd probably stay until like 12 to like transfer files and stuff. But yeah, it was like 4 very long days, and the series lasts until just before Scarlet Violet release. So we did a lot in those 4 days, like a lot. Next question. What was the biggest technical hurdle to overcome? This is probably a good question for crew. Hugh, why don't you take this one first? You know the most about the tech stuff.
I guess without spoiling anything, I guess one of the hardest technical issues me and Josh ran into was that we had to somehow find a way for coaches to watch the race in a different room while everyone's competing in real time. So that was a technical issue we had to figure out. And then another technical issue was obviously everyone's in the same room. We have sounds, and we have 4, 5, 6. I think we had 6 or 7 cameras running at once. So we had to make sure everything was recording in the right settings, and then make sure all the audio is being like synced up nicely. So I think that was probably the hardest technical issue in my department.
Yeah, getting all the coaches. So that's something that I think we haven't really advertised too much. One of the coolest aspects of this project is that once the race happens between the players, the coaches are in a separate room watching all 4 screens at the same time and giving their commentary. So like, oh my god, my student hit this optional. Oh my god, they forgot to pick up this item. You know, whatever. We had some really good reactions, and that is honestly, it's really good content. Yeah, so that was definitely our biggest technical hurdle. I
think just planning it may have been hard too.
Yeah, like I was gonna say the theory crafting how we were gonna do audio, especially since everyone is in a separate room. Well, not room. We're in the same. Okay, it's hard to describe. There's a lot of audio issues because we're in a warehouse essentially.
Yeah.
And the studio we were in, it was meant for like photography more than like videography, which like it wasn't. There's not like a lot of like soundproofing or anything crazy like that.
I think they were meant for lapels more than studio microphones that we had to use to capture everyone.
Yeah, so
it was more like skit content is what they wanted us to record in there, which is more my style, but we had to do it on a massive scale, so we couldn't get, what would it be? I think I calculated out if we wanted to do all lapels, it would take 9 lapels, which are like $200 each. So that was off the table. I only have 2 lapel systems, and so
yeah.
Did not work.
Nick, you had your hand a good bit in some of the tech stuff. So do you have anything you want to add in?
Yeah, I wasn't really handling like tech as in like the equipment itself, but as far as like technical issues, I was a lot of making sure we got shots, because I'm the editor, so I was like doing a lot of making sure we get shots to transition places and like shots that I think were missing. And so like in between, I would watch you guys do stuff, and I'd go up to Josh, be like, hey, we should probably get this shot, this shot, this shot. We should get this shot, this shot, this shot. It was like a lot of stuff like that. Or I think another big part of it in editing is, fun fact, my Speedrun Survivor folder is 1.7 terabytes and has just under 1,200 different files. Which I've lowered from, I've deleted like useless files, about 1,200. And so kind of a technical issue has been sorting through 1,200 files and making sure, like finding all the footage and figuring it out and sorting in any type of way to try to end up making it into a show.
Yeah, file transfers were a nightmare. Like,
yeah, file transfers were fun. We were both so terrified of like files getting lost because there was SD cards, hard drives, 4 different computers. Oh my gosh.
External drives. I backed up as much as I could, but I couldn't carry all of it.
Yeah, I have a 2 terabyte hard drive, and then you had to send me another hard drive because it just wasn't cutting it.
Yeah, I just bought Nick like an SSD hard drive to like, yeah, it's a lot of files. Sab, do you have anything to contribute? Technical stuff? I don't know if you do or not. Anything that we didn't cover or?
I would say that I don't know if it was the biggest hurdle, but kind of my main job is when things were going on was I was looking ahead at the schedule with Nick being like, okay, what's happening next? What do we need to prep? What do we need to do for setup? So like by like the second day that I was there, like as soon as everyone would wrap coaching, they're like in a frenzy. I'm like, shut up! I'm like, before you completely like turn your brains off, I'm like, this is what we got to do. And I had a nice whiteboard where I sent Josh a picture if you want to just like drop it like the Discord link so people could see it. It removes any spoilers. You could double check. But just of like setups that we had to move, like when people were doing what, I was like, if you are not doing any of the following, you can eat. But like just making sure that we stayed to task because it's like these were long ass days. So making sure that we could get out at a relative time and get rest before doing it all over and over again. So just time management and making sure that like, you know, everyone was focusing on what they needed to do. Like I was like, Josh, focus on hosting. I was just like Nick and I'm like, we got this. We will do all the moving bits and pieces so that everyone can chill.
Who was the best person to nag?
Honestly, Josh. I love.
Cool.
It's mostly because Josh was like, I haven't eaten anything. I'm like, if you don't eat anything in an hour, I'm gonna cry and yell. So please go eat. So
everyone was like super helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that first day was. I'm not exaggerating when I say I got 3.5 hours sleep and I had half a donut the entire day. I was literally just on adrenaline. I didn't have time. I literally did not like.
Bruh.
I literally could not do anything else. So shout out to because pretty much for the first day and a half, I guess, like I was also production coordinator and Sab wasn't there because she just wasn't there yet. So like after the first like couple days, Nick and Sab definitely took on more of like a leadership role. So like so I could focus on hosting and the logistics on my side, like getting like make sure that like food is getting delivered, all of that, like. So they took care of like scheduling after the first day because like that was that was hard.
I will tack on one little thing, which was after we wrapped, Josh was driving us back and he was just like, Nick, Sab, have you two ever met before? And we're like, no. And he goes, just like he's like the synergy that you guys had and just knowing what to do.
I was so impressed.
Yeah, we Nick and I like literally never met or spoken before that weekend, and we just like and we were just on the same wavelength, like getting stuff done.
I've never even talked to you like in a Twitch.
Yeah, I know.
Or anything like literally.
It was awesome.
Nothing.
Elliot, I feel like you won't have much to say that we haven't said with the technical stuff, but you could probably talk a little bit about how we did timestamps with like the world clock and everything, unless you want to talk about something else. But
oh no, it was just so much. Like literally there are like moving parts like in every single section. It was insane. But yeah, so the way that we made the timestamps work, so like I did like notes for like a lot of things and moved around stuff and yada yada yada. So before every single recording session that we'd start, we'd have a world clock that would align. I think we use like UTC, so it was basically 5 hours ahead. We literally changed our time on our phone to be military clock, so that way it would align with the world clock everywhere, and we literally would like write notes based on like the current time, but also add the extra 5 hours to match the time, and it was just so much. But we were like as on point as possible the whole entire weekend, and we made it work, I would say. Nick, how are the notes while you've been editing?
Being way too generous. We were not on top of it. Elliot was on top of it. He has been like, I could show you pages and pages of notes.
Can you pick a random one? Can you pick a random line?
Like, yeah, it's like 15-15 Chugga pops off, and then 15-16 Josh checks in on Brian, and like those two people are in different rooms. Like he's literally running between rooms. And then
How did you do that?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I was literally like, okay, run next, and then I would like just be standing there like, okay. Go to Arlie's setup on the other side of the room. It was crazy. But,
yeah,
I feel like I also got a little lucky because I would pop in whenever something like pretty cool would happen. So I was like, okay, good thing I checked in whenever I did, and then I'd hear like yelling, and I'd run to where the yelling was happening. I'd be like, what happened? So it was crazy, but it was really fun, and I'm happy to know that I can help because Nick having to go through like pretty much essentially 5 different recording setups. 4 different setups plus a camera and all this and that. It's a lot. It's like 400 plus hours worth of stuff to look over. So knowing that that could up is awesome.
All right.
Yeah, thank you, Elliot. I love you.
I got you.
2 more questions. One for me and then one for everyone. Thank you, IB. You've done an amazing job curating this selection. It's been a really good mix.
I like you so much, and I hope you don't get IBS.
Josh, just ask the next question, please.
How did you come up with the idea of the show? Was it always something you wanted to do, or was it a spontaneous idea? So this was an idea that I had in 2020. It kind of piggybacked off of the coaching series I did with Pulse, Elliot, and Steph, and that was a really cool idea for a series. I believe it was I forget what the coaching pairs were, but either way, it worked out really well.
It was me, you, and then Steph and Pulse. And,
that's what it was, because I had way less speedrunning experience.
Yeah, so this is before you ever did speedrunning in X and Y, and I never did speedrunning either. And I was literally reading you the notes as you were playing, and there were a lot of fuck ups, but it was interesting. We are a pretty good duo for a duo that never did X and Y speedrunning. That's all I'm gonna say.
That was pretty kick-ass. Yeah, so I sort of just realized, like, wow, this is a really good format. Like, and I was just thinking of all of the little entertainment aspects of like how that could present itself in a reality TV format, because I love the idea of like reality TV. It's just so trashy, it's junk food, but like, I don't know, it's just fun. I like that. And my claim to fame before this is Cutthroat Pokemon, and that built off of a TV show. And I know it says Speedrun Survivor, but it's not really like Survivor. It's just easily the best name that I could come up with. All my other names also were like probably not advertiser friendly, like Speedrun Hell or something like that. Like that would, probably not be good. But yeah, it was rather spontaneous, and I actually wanted to do this with Keyseron. And we were actually really set to do it in 2020, but things just kind of drifted apart. And then I reached out to Keys. He wasn't able to do it this year. That's why he's in the special thanks, because like I'm the one who kind of like pitched the idea to him, and we got on a Google Doc and jot down some ideas, and we used some of that here. But big shout out to Keys. Love Keys. He's amazing. And yeah, now it's here, and I'm just so happy. I had a very specific vision that I can't exactly describe without everyone just watching the show, because I think it's one of those things, once you watch it, you'll understand exactly what I was kind of like aiming for, I guess, if that makes sense. So final question.
Edit, didn't you get a DM from Keys that was like, hope you're having fun at the thing I'm not part of anymore?
Yeah, it was on the final day. He's like, I know where you are. I'm like, no.
Yeah. So this is oh my god, the credits for Diamond and Pearl just started playing. What the frick?
I love this.
It doesn't even make sense. Okay. Anyway, Hugh, you look great. You look great.
I love you, baby. You get to wear this tomorrow, by the way.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
We're recording skits tomorrow. Okay, I'm doing a Gengar skit.
You actually have no clue what you're doing yet, but I have the whole team.
no
It's
idea.
gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Don't worry.
Awesome. So
You're cool with dressing up as a girl, right? I got lipstick.
Yes, sure. Whatever.
Cool.
Just give me the script. Whatever I need to do.
Yeah, I got the bra and everything. We're gonna get you double D's, maybe triple.
All right,
Maybe,
okay,
actually,
all
I
right,
want
Hugh.
triple.
All
What's
right,
the question, Josh?
The question. What would you say is your favorite part of this experience? So, a little tough to do, no spoilers, but maybe not. Would anyone like to go first? Me, I'll go first. For me, it was honestly just so heartwarming seeing so many talented people, like I said this earlier, but like take a leap of faith on me, because I'm the person that came up with this and like flew everyone out and like did all the things. So like, that's like a lot of trust to put in someone to carry something like this out, because these events can go like poorly, and in some ways with just how the first few days went, it did go kind of poorly in terms of like chaos and being behind on schedule. But that just shows how much trust it takes to like put in someone for something this big. So that just warmed my heart like a lot, that people were willing to give this a shot, to give me a shot with this. And that really means the world to me, because I mean, this wouldn't be here without everyone doing that. And that just means the world to me. So thank you so much, everyone. I literally have never done anything remotely close to this in my life. So like, and I don't know if I made that clear to everyone before pitching the idea to them, but like, I directed Pokeathon, or like I helped with directing Pokeathon. So I've booked flights and like did that sort of thing. But like to this degree of like doing all of this, feeding people, housing people, flying people, coordinating, like picking people up and like doing all of that, like I haven't done that. So thank you so much for doing that, like for trusting me with that. So I guess that heartwarming feeling that everyone gave me is my favorite part.
Josh, would you say this is your biggest announcement ever?
Yeah! It really is. Brian, what would you say is your favorite part of this experience?
Favorite part of the experience is definitely the friends we made along the way. I think that's the most basic yet accurate answer I could really give. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Mic drop. Boom.
Emma, what would you say was your favorite part of this experience?
I kind of have to agree with that. Meeting all of you guys is, and the others that couldn't be here today, like it's been just incredible. I still cannot like believe I got to be a part of this. I am very proud, and I'm very grateful.
May, what would you say was your favorite part of this experience?
All right, so everyone's going to say their favorite part of the experience is getting to meet everyone, and that's because that's the answer, right? But
yes,
for the sake of all of you, the viewers, I'll do my second favorite part of the experience. And that is, like, everybody involved with this is so unbelievably talented. And then I'm sitting here like, I started doing this like 2 years ago. They're going to figure out that I don't know what I'm doing. No one did.
I started 2 years ago, too. You got this.
All right. So no one figured out me and Hugh, and thus, no, it's like amazing to be part of such a large production and to like be picked for it, and like to be on like Josh's short list, even to be considered is very meaningful. And I never would have thought that I would be part of something like this, and it's still kind of wild to recognize that I've been part of something like this. And I don't know if I'll ever get to do something like this. I hope I get to do something like this again, because it was a ton of fun. But I will never experience something quite like this ever again, because if it does happen again, we'll have a little bit more warning ahead of time about what it's going to be. So yeah.
Hugh, what would you say was your favorite part of this experience?
Honestly, if I'm being like completely honest, like from the heart, like I don't know, you guys are absolutely amazing. I love each and every one of you guys, like from the deepest of my heart. But etiquette is the fucking sexiest motherfucker you're ever gonna meet. And that's why I love meeting
thought
him.
what we had was special.
You know what, Chugga? You come in a close second.
Oh, I'm so flattered. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You can have Sundays. He can have Saturdays. But if I'm being like completely honest, I've never.
Why is like Hugh custody?
Wow. Anyway, you gotta have a person. You have to have a man for every day of the week, May. Okay. Anyway, so I think directing something or like working on something like this for the first time ever is my ADHD is flaring up. It is, but I think just working on something like this was fun. Like I always work on like skits and stuff, and most of the time I'm acting with myself with like 3 crew members and like some extra like people in the skits. So I never got to like work with other content creators often. Like, so it was fun to work with other content creators and not just like my friends and talking to myself in a video, you know. So it was cool.
Etiquette. What would you say was your favorite part of this experience?
There's only one right answer.
I'm not gonna say it. So I think one of the things, obviously, you know, getting to meet everyone is the number one answer, like May said. But I think what was really special to me was like, so I got there the night before and we sort of like moved the stuff in. It was like me, Josh, Arlie, Emma, Chugga showed up. And we like moved stuff in. It was like, oh, cool, here's a studio. But like, it wasn't really set up yet, you know, like it was just empty space. And coming in the next morning and having everybody trickle in, it was a completely different atmosphere. It was, all the setups were done. You know, Hugh and Dan and David were all running around doing all this tech stuff, and it was like, this is like a real thing that's happening. And to see how like this group of people, we fell so far behind on day one. You don't know how far behind we were on day one. We were there for like 2 extra hours and we were over an hour behind schedule still. And we pulled it all back day 2. It was like just super impressive. Like the whole crew, everyone involved, like just did such an amazing job. But like just that first day of getting there and seeing everything happening and seeing it all in place, it was incredible.
Pulse effects.
What was the question again?
What would you say was your favorite part of this experience?
Definitely the final day, I think. Like when we like did all like the interviews, we wrapped everything up, and just all the winners like were crowned, and just seeing and looking back at like what we had like all created was fantastic, and just really like brought back everything in the final moments.
Emil, what was your favorite part of this experience?
Well, I love the friends and I loved looking back on everything, but besides all that, I loved the casting choices and getting to see everyone in their element, the coaches doing their thing and sharing their information, you being the host. Hugh was a riot and was way funnier than any of the people that were actually on camera. No.
Wow! Wow!
No, I'm kidding.
All right, etiquette.
You're
Fuck
all
you.
great.
You're done. Etiquette's gone.
You're all
Etiquette's gone.
great.
We're all sticking for Chugga now. Let's go. That's my bullet.
No, Hugh is a great director. Not all directors would have the editor on set and writing down creative decisions they want to do with the finished product and not going to just bark orders over the editor's shoulder the whole time. I've seen a lot of that in my time doing production, and yeah, I thought that was wonderful that Hugh was a good director.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Arlie.
Etiquette Saturdays. Don't worry.
All right.
First now.
Arlie, what would you say was your favorite part of this experience?
I don't mean to be boring, but I genuinely do think it was like the genuine connections that I was able to make with everybody. I was expecting to just kind of like only interact with the players and etiquette, but that's just like not what happened at all. I vibed so much with Sab, talking about like all sorts of stuff. Oh my god, I cried when I said goodbye to V. I had so much fun talking to etiquette about like Let's Go, talking to Chugga about like his Animal Crossing New Leaf LP, crying whenever I said goodbye to Emma at the airport. Like I just wasn't expecting to like really just like adore everybody so much and like feel like I made like actual genuine connections with people. Oh my god, talking with Elliot about like Mystery Dungeon. Like I could say so much, but I really adored everybody. Brian, I just like really loved everybody so much. And so yeah, I know that's what everybody said, but like genuinely, I wasn't expecting to love everybody as much as I love everybody.
Oh,
That was beautiful. Very well said.
Wholesome.
that was beautiful.
That was amazing.
Hugh, you just got back.
What do you mean? I heard that whole thing.
All right.
I was listening on my headphones.
Sab.
Oh, I loved just like the summer camp feels to it, where like we talked about that at like TRG Coliseum, where we all get to hang out and it's like summer camp after we wrap and stuff, and just like all those moments. And like everyone, like May said, they're just so skilled. Everyone was so adaptive the entire weekend for all the shit that was thrown at us, just like for like any kinds of consequences or circumstances, weather, etc. But it's true, like Arlie said, it was just so special, where like you have to imagine, like some of us knew each other a little bit, some by name maybe, and in 4 days we formed like such close, meaningful relationships with I love all the people here and just the meaningful discussions that we got to have like while we were on or off set, just getting to learn more about each other. Like you literally cannot ask for anything greater than just a incredible group of like-minded individuals to just share, because there's not many people who can relate to the things that we go through being content creators, speedrunners, whatever. So it's a nice, safe space, and God, I miss you all so much. I want to see you guys again.
Oh, you guys did. It was awesome meeting all you guys. You guys really
Yeah.
were all great, like-minded people.
Nick, what would you say was your favorite part of this experience?
Of course, the correct answer is the people. More than just being able to meet everybody and just having such an amazing time hanging out with everyone. Like when I was brought on set, I was brought on as just the editor. I was not thought of as co-director, and so being able to I haven't been in production. I've done production a long time ago, but not anytime recently. And being on set with so many talented people, everyone working hard, and even if things were chaotic, it wasn't like a chaotic because everyone was lazy. It was like a chaotic because it was such an ambitious and like huge project, and it made me so excited to work on this, and I ended up taking more, charge as the days went on, and that gave me like so much confidence to be able to work with so many amazingly talented people, and like it kind of like I guess like re-gave me a passion for production and content creation. Like it filled me with like confidence and enjoyment in creating something again. That's something I haven't felt so strongly ever, really. This is like the coolest thing I've ever worked on for sure. And so I mean, thank you for reinvigorating that love in creating something. And I really hope to continue to create amazing stuff, hopefully.
Aw.
That was beautiful.
So emotional. Oh my God. My heart. Elliot, what would you say was your favorite part of this experience? The last answer of the roundtable. No pressure.
So honestly, obviously it's like the connections and seeing all that kind of unfold. But my overall answer is the fact that this even happened. So Josh was telling me about this idea like a couple of years ago, and it was like a quarter of what the whole entire project ended up being. Like this whole entire project is insane. A couple months ago, like Josh mentioned earlier, like we brought Hugh over, we had the whiteboard out, we were talking about this type of thing even being possible to happen at all. And like Josh was like, do you think I can actually do this? And I'm just like, if anybody else asked me this, I would say no. But I know Josh, I know how ambitious he is, and like I'm like, you would find a way to make this work. And you will need a lot of help, but this could work. But I was like also like, don't do this. This is gonna be so much work. And literally like a month later, not even, we ended up having everyone fly out, all of the setups, the studio, like it was insane. And it was surreal for this whole entire project to happen. And like I said, like I couldn't be happier with how things ended up. I can't be happier with the people that were involved, and I'm happy that I was able to be part of it at all. It was really it was awesome, and I can't wait for everybody to see the project. If you guys haven't watched episode 1 or 2 yet, I mean, it's up on Patreon right now. If not, this Saturday, guys, episode 1, you guys gotta watch it. It is incredible.
It's awesome.
Literally some of the best content I've ever watched, and in my opinion, the best speedrun content I've ever seen. It's incredible. It's so good.
I lived this, and I can't wait to see more of it because like I've been streaming it for my roommate, and him and I both keep talking like, gosh, I wish episode 3 of Speedrun Survivor was available for the people that were on it.
Release episode 3 to us.
We need more.
Well, episode 3 is just entering final stages of being edited, so.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Josh, thanks for having me on this. You're amazing, bro. Thank you.
Josh, thank you for having all of us.
Shout out, everyone. I just want everybody in chat to just lose your fucking minds over how much effort and love Josh poured into this project.
Yeah.
And let's all just give it up for Josh.
Woo! Go Josh!
I clap for all of you. You're all so amazing.
I know him.
I know him.
Oh my
God, is that the what the frick guy?
If you all knew how rapidly Josh made this a successful thing, it would blow all of your minds.
So yeah, didn't we look back at the DMs? It was like from April. It was like a month. Like
literally, yeah.
12 people flying in, like studio rented out, like production schedule made in like a month.
Amazing.
I remember Josh pinging me and just saying, hey, could you reach out to Emil about this thing I'm doing? I was like, yeah, sure. I had no idea what it was about, and then I saw everyone like a week later for PAX, and like Elliot was saying, he's like, did you know that we got Chugga Conroy involved? And I just remember looking at Elliot deadpan and being like, who do you think talked to Emil? And like I had 3 people who were involved in the planning with the project do that to me. I'm like, who do you think talked to Emil? And by the end of the weekend, they're like, yeah, you're coming, right? I was like, sure.
Hell yeah.
It's great.
I just remember Josh being like, how many days off do you and Etiquette need? And we were like, can we do it in 1? And he was like, cool, your flights are for 2. See you there. Take the days off. We were like, okay, cool. And you were right. We needed that day. You're 1,000% right. But
Not beautiful. So I'm so proud of everyone. You guys did so good. Thank you.
I honestly just couldn't have asked for a more amazing group of people. And my heart is literally like, it's so like warm right now. Like I feel like so just grateful. Like this is an opportunity of a lifetime. And that is not something that I take for granted at all. You're all amazing people. And just to have the opportunity to have worked with all of you is like something that I will hold close to my heart for the rest of my life, because you're all just truly good people, talented people. And the fact that we made something special in the process of being in each other's presence is just amazing. So I applaud to you all because you're all amazing. God damn it.
I know I'm amazing.
All right, you will hear Hugh in some of the interviews. But yes, thank you all just for being a part of this. I feel like I could just go on this recursive loop of saying that over and over again because I just have so much gratitude.
speech.
Speech. You just want him to talk longer so you have to stream for less time, man.
Kind of. Pretty much, yeah. I don't know what I'm even going to do.
I'll plug one more time my VOD channel. If you guys would like to watch this roundtable again, it will be up on my VOD channel. So go and subscribe. That's a great way to support me for free right now because I have the watch hours on that channel, but not the subs. So if we can get to 1,000 subs, then that would be monetization nation. And this VOD will be there. So go and subscribe.
Yeah,
And
if you missed any of it, it's literally going to be right there.
My God, Jordan.
This is beautiful.
Sorry.
Yes.
And all of Hugh's outfits if you happen to miss them.
Yes.
Baz.
And IB, thank you so much for helping with you. You did an amazing job curating the questions.
IB was amazing.
IB. Thank you.
IB is not my favorite.
And also,
no, Chugga, you're still there. Don't worry. Shh, I'm just telling him that.
you all should follow everyone in this project. And the best way to do that is to enter our giveaway for this Nintendo Switch Lite, signed by the cast and crew that was on set, including Hugh, including Chugga, including Sab, including Nick, including Arlie. Everyone signed this Switch. So go follow everyone. Go enter the giveaway. They all deserve your love and support. They all bring something amazing to the table as creators on YouTube, on Twitch, wherever they post. They are worthy of your support. So please go and do that. Go and do that.
Thanks for having me today, Josh.
With that being said, I'd ask if anyone else has something else to say, but I think that'll lead us to like another 10-minute, you know.
I think we said it.
I think we're good. I think we did our outro.
Have I said that? Has anyone said that we really enjoyed hanging out with each other and that like we're all good?
I really enjoyed hanging out with all of you so much.
God, I love you people. I thought it was only me.
We broke 2 Keurigs like a dozen times.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I enjoyed more than hanging out with all of you, and that is watching the first episode of Speedrun Survivor on Josh's Patreon.
Let's go!
Let's go!
Oh my God! Only $3.99. Right, this is such
only
a steal.
$3.99.
And the second episode, if you're, I don't know what level.
Yes, if you're the super tier.
And you,
Josh, how do I send you more money?
Do it.
Is there merch available?
True. There is Speedrun Survivor merch. This was a very expensive project. So if you would like to support on that next level, Patreon and merch are great ways to do that.
If you want to see the two, make sure Josh doesn't go bankrupt.
This would have been the perfect time for you to change into the merch.
Becky got
I don't have merch.
We have a bucket hat in honor of Arlie. Arlie wore a bucket hat in the first race. So like, go get a bucket hat.
When are we getting a What the Frick shirt? I would buy that.
Yo, we should actually do that. I think we could split commission on that.
There's a bunch of good stuff that could be good shirts.
All right. I will show the trailer again because I think that's a great way to transition in. It may, if you need like another 5 minutes, I could just talk and chat. Like I could.
No, just show the trailer now. That'll be enough time, I think. Go, 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 go,
awesome.
go, go, go,
All right.
go.
Everyone, drop a heart.
Bye. Hearts in chat. Bye.